Okay, so we're going to have a look at an app called Paul Revere. This is by Ansel and Clair, and on the opening screen you'll see that you've got a choice of 4 players. We have Benjamin registered on here. He's played with this for about 2 hours straight. I absolutely loved it. He's a little bit young for learning history with the development age that he's at, but he had a really great time exploring this. If we choose Benjamin, you'll see we get a couple of other options. You can play tutorial, you can go straight into the game, or if you click on this part, you can see what you've completed throughout the app. And these fill in, they start off with all being blank, but as you go through they complete, and you can go to any one of these whenever you like. So if we click on the beginning, I'll run you through how the app works, and then I'll show you some scenes from within the app, and show you that this is a really great way of learning some history.
Who's Paul Revere, Claire? Paul Revere was an American patriot who risked his life to free his country from British rule.
I can't wait to meet Paul Revere.
We need to find him on my map of the American colonies from 1775. Back then, the United States was ruled by King George III of Great Britain and included only 13 states, which were called colonies. It wasn't even called the United States till after their independence.
Let's find Paul Revere on a map so we can meet him.
Oh no! The map is really old and ripped in many places. Put the map together to find Paul Revere in the American colonies.
So when you first start the app, you get presented with an old-looking map of the United States, and the idea is to drag the states into place like this.
North Carolina, Georgia, Virginia.
If you get stuck, you'll notice there's a hand down here waving at Claire, and if you click on her,
Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New York, Rhode Island, South Carolina, New Jersey, Maryland.
she'll help you to complete it.
Putting the map together.
And once you do that, you can close it.
Hold on tight.
And then we head on in and have some fun. So when you come to the first screen, you'll see that there's a new event or a next event right here highlighted, and the hand is pointing it out. You'll notice some other things on the screen, like a satchel down here, a photo booth, and the 4 little squares show you your progression throughout the app. They're all solid because Benjamin's completed everything, but they start out blank. As you go through, they fill in to show you how far you've got. So let's have a look at the next event.
What are you doing?
Why, I'm a silversmith. I make things like dishes, bowls, and spoons from silver. I also work with other metals like copper and gold and make prints and engravings. I even make false teeth on occasion.
These are really neat. Who taught you?
I learned my craft from my father, Paul Revere. He was a silversmith as well.
Touch and drag the camera to take a picture of Paul Revere.
Now in the bag you've got a camera, a journal, and a magnifying glass sort of thing, which is a map compass, and we'll look at that a little bit later. But let's take the camera, place it on Paul, and then take a photo. Once you do this, it'll store it in your journal, and then later in the app you can explore where you've been and look at the photos that you've taken. You also get questions from time to time throughout the app. So Paul Revere was a what by trade? He was a silversmith. We'll click on that, and then that'll go along with the photo. So it does quiz you. Once you finish the first round of events, you click on close, and then you go on to the next event, and you continue to go through the screen or the app as you go through there. I'm not going to spoil that for you because I want you to explore this. There's a lot of information in this app, but it's a lot of fun. Another event you can click on down here is the newspaper. If you click on the I, for example, right here, it'll bring up some information. This is about no taxation without representation. You click on that to close, and then at any time, because we've gone through the app, you can pull up this screen and go to a different place. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through some of the screens for you and let you see what this app is all about and have some fun. But it's a great app. Please, if you're into history and you want to learn about the Boston Tea Party and how the colonies rebelled against the British and all that sort of good history, then it's a great app to get. So I highly recommend it. But I'm going to step away from talking about it, and I'm going to show you what it does and enjoy the rest of the scenes.
Nice to see you again, Ansel and Clair. Meet Dr. Joseph Warren and Mr. William Dawes.
Hi there.
Ansel and Clair are going to help us spread the word about our fight for fairness and freedom.
We have something to tell you.
Sorry, Ansel. Your news will have to wait. We have urgent matters. My spies tell me that the British are planning a secret march tonight to arrest John Hancock and Samuel Adams in Lexington and seize the weapons the Patriots have stored in Concord.
That's exactly what we heard General Gage say. That's what we wanted to warn you about.
You're quite resourceful, Ansel and Clair.
How did you... Oh, never mind. We need to act now. Time is of the essence.
John Hancock and Samuel Adams are guests of Reverend Clark in Lexington tonight.
We need to warn John Hancock and Samuel Adams before the British troops capture them.
Trace the dotted red line with your finger to show Paul Revere his route.
And I will go by land, through Boston Neck.
Trace the dotted blue line with your finger to show William Dawes his route.
Paul Revere's friend, John Larkin. He looks a bit confused with the scroll in his hand.
Ooh! Could be another secret message. Tap the scroll to help John Larkin decipher the message.
Tap each picture to write the correct word to solve the puzzle. Press enter when you are done.
Touch Claire if you need help solving the code.
Across the river without getting caught.
Boy, am I glad I got your secret message. Just in time to have a fast horse ready.
Thank you, John. We have to warn John Hancock and Samuel Adams before the British troops get to them. We have no time to waste.
Stroke the horse to make it gallop. Grip it. Take a picture of Paul Revere on the horse. I thought the British were coming. Who are these regulars?
The British troops were called regulars. They were also called redcoats, but that's a more insulting name.
The regulars are coming! The regulars are coming!
Samuel Prescott's horse to each house to warn the Patriots and watch out for the British soldiers. Woo! That was close. So, Paul Revere was captured by the British?
Yes, but a little later that night, when Paul Revere and his British captors heard the sound of church bells and gunshots, the British believed Revere's story and feared for their own safety. So, they just took Paul's horse and let him walk home.
I guess they figured there was no way Paul Revere could walk all the way to Concord, so he wouldn't be able to create more trouble for them. Oh, and what happened to William Dawes?
Dawes tried to escape the British too, but he fell off his horse and had to walk back to Lexington.
Wow, it was so exciting to be part of such an important event in American history as Paul Revere's ride.
We saw history being made. The ride by Paul Revere, William Dawes, and Samuel Prescott in the middle of the night to warn the Patriots, and the battles Lexington and Concord the next day marked the beginning of the American Revolution. When the Americans won the war for independence, the 13 colonies became the first 13 states of the United States of America.